It's a very comprehensive and multi-pronged marketing plan. You know, everything from direct mail to emails to online marketing with banner advertising. You know, there's really so many tools that are out there right now for us to communicate to the industry. And then when you look at it from promoting the show to individuals that are in the U.S. or Canada versus individuals that are overseas, Europe and Asia, and a big push for Latin America for this show, there's even more tools. And what we do for those countries outside of the U.S. is we look at some unique social media networks that are out there. We work with what's called delegation leaders that are kind of our in-country supporters of the show that help us communicate to their customers what the show is about and why they should attend. They help us in getting us the list and telling us, here's the people that we think will find value in the show. What can you send us to kind of help, get them to Las Vegas? Talking about it the other day and just thinking about the mentality of an individual coming to the States to a show like ConExpo, ConAg. It's more of an overall experience for them to make a trip to the United States. ConExpo, ConAg is just one piece of why they're making this trip. It's an important piece for their business, but they're also interested in seeing Las Vegas, potentially even visiting manufacturers that are in the States that they wouldn't get an opportunity to visit because getting a visa can be difficult in some aspects. So at the end of the day, our messaging then to those individuals has to be significantly different than somebody in the States who, maybe they've been to Las Vegas 2 or 3 times in the last couple of years just to, for vacation or fun. We kind of downplay that. And we know that, in the United States and even in Canada, when they're going to Las Vegas for ConExpo, ConAg, it's all business. I mean, they need to go there and they need to, make decisions on equipment, big decisions on 6-figure pieces of equipment. Individuals coming from overseas, those same issues are there for them. But on this, same token, they're really looking to have an experience too outside of, ConExpo, ConAg, whether it being going to Las Vegas or going to visit some manufacturers. It kind of touches on how does an exhibitor, when they're one of, say, maybe 23 or 2,400 different exhibitors that are there, and we're looking at attendees, well over 100,000 attendees that are there, how do they get somebody to put them on their agenda, right? So I need to visit these 50 exhibitors if I'm an attendee to get there, and there's a lot of different ways, that they can do that, and many of them are free that we help them out with. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure the exhibitor has as great a show as possible, and the attendee has a great show. Because if the attendee is there to solve a certain problem, we want to make sure that they can, prior to the show, figure out which exhibitors can help them solve that problem. And on the flip side, we want the exhibitors to make sure they have good vehicles to communicate what they offer to the attendees prior to the show again, so attendees can make best use of their time. So what we do is we work with the exhibitors many times on a one-on-one basis to put their pre-show promotion plan together. You put down, it's like anything else. What do you offer? What problems can you solve for your customer? Okay, let's get that down on paper. Now, how can we communicate to even your customers or even the registered attendees prior to the show so they can put you on their list of must-see exhibitors? The things we offer to them is free direct mail pieces. They can take their customer list, they can upload them to a system. They can take a postcard that is about 80% blank. It has some ConExpo, ConAg information on it and logos, and they can upload a product picture, they can upload their company logo, and they can put a short message on there that explains that they're at the show and here's what we're offering. If they have a show special, they can put that on there. And we take care of all of the turnkey items that it takes to send a mail piece out. All they have to do is upload that information and upload their list, and we take care of the rest. Their customers then get this postcard in the mail. It looks like it's from this exhibitor. and it reminds them, hey, we're going to be at the show, visit our booth, and here's why, right? We take care of all the print, and we pay for the first 1,500 pieces in postage too. So, for a list of 1,500 or less, which is nearly all exhibitors, that's plenty to cover all of their costs. In addition, that's just one item. In addition, you mentioned sponsorships. We do offer sponsorships where they can get their logo outside of the booth, or even pre-show things, being on newsletters that go out or whatnot. There's just a huge list of items that are out there for exhibitors to take advantage of. Some exhibitors want to have the show bags, some exhibitors want to have the lanyards, some exhibitors want to have column wraps where they can get their logos on them. Some exhibitors prefer to have their logo in an e-newsletter prior to the show. And really the sales force then kind of puts together their plan. They say, okay, what do you want to accomplish? Okay, here's what we have to offer, and that's again a one-on-one consultation. As far as the what we call internally the exhibitor engagement, it's really a focus between our staff, who knows the show inside and out, working with the exhibitor on all the different tools that they can use to help promote their show. And like I said, the direct mail is that one piece. The other piece is email. It's very similar. Without getting into too much of the logistics and the details, we have the relationships. We have a product that has the relationships with the the firewalls that are out there that block spam and all of that, where an exhibitor can go and they can submit their email list. They can submit all their information to our system, send the email out. We never get our hands on the emails. It's a third party, and they can make sure that they're getting high deliverability rates, high open rates, and high click rates. Again, with the understanding that they're trying to explain to their customers that we're going to be at the show exhibiting. We just had a show, IQ, in Louisville here in Kentucky, and we had a record number of exhibitors that used that service, that used the direct mail service, and we expect the same for ConExpo ConAg. In addition, we offer them all kinds of things like, all the different logos that they need, all the different file types that they can put on their print ads or on their website, or anything that they have that gets into a customer's hands, they can put a logo on it. We can help them out with that. This show, we also have something that's brand new called the Digital Media Center. Exhibitors there, if they have information that they want to share to the attendees, like press releases, new product introductions, or real big events that are happening at their booth, they can submit that content to our online digital media center, and from there we're going to push this page as the ultimate source of content as far as what's going on at ConExpo ConAg to the registered attendees. And for here, the exhibitors get an opportunity to say, hey, I have this great piece of news. How do I get it out to the attendees? Well, this is the tool that we've given them to make sure that the attendees, if they are looking for, say, a new product in a specific product category, they're going to be able to search this page and find any stories that have that. So really, at the end of the day, we know that exhibitors are getting real tight with their budgets and having to show ROI for every single thing that they do from a marketing perspective. And when they have their show and it concludes and they have X amount of leads or X amount of sales, we want to make sure that they did every possible thing they could to have a good show. So when they come back to us and say, show wasn't as what I hoped it would be, we can look back and say, okay, well, what kind of tactics did you use? And explain to them, hey, if you didn't do these things, that can help you understand why you didn't have a good show. Well, we don't want to have that conversation anymore. We want to have the conversation with an exhibitor that says, hey, I did all of these things, we had a great show. And that's what we're expecting from the exhibitors that really take advantage of the exhibitor engagement program and talk to us, on a one-on-one basis and let them help us, or let us help them have a great show.